Program Director. And being cognizant of the time, I'll try to finish in a jiffy. Deputy Minister of Kokta, Tembi Nkadimeng, MEC of Kokta, Mr. Tolisan Ngata, Eastern Cape Provincial Chairperson of the House of Traditional Leaders, MECs here present, Deputy Executive Mayor, Councillor Buyelia Mafaya, mayors and deputy mayors, speakers of the various councils, all Salga NEC members present, Eastern Cape Provincial Chairperson of Salga, Salga Executive Officer, officials from municipalities and sectors, departments, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. During the course of today, we sought to wrap our minds around what it is that we need to deepen local democracy and professionalize local government. In its recently held Lekgotla of the Cabinet deliberated on what needs to be done in this regard, particularly on the matter of what we need to do to improve the face of government in the local sphere. It became quite evident that greater focus is needed to enhance the capacity of the state and to project its developmental mandate, especially in the areas of infrastructure development and energy security. The Lekgotla lifted the provision of electricity, water and sanitation as critical areas which require our ongoing attention if we were to drive our vision of a professional, capable and developmental state. We look to this conference deliberations and to the leaders who will be elected to assist us to deal with these challenges. Program Director, I wish to compliment the outgoing Salga leadership on the steering the ship amidst the storms that were brought about by COVID-19 at the end tail of their venture. I take this opportunity to wish you a successful election of the new leadership, which will steer Eastern Cape local government to realize the aspiration of enhancing local democracy and professionalizing local government, which is the theme underpinning our journey for 2022 to 2027. I would like to conclude by thanking the sponsors, exhibitors, partners, program anchors, all of whom collaborated with Salga leadership to bring into being this conference. Above all, I would like to iterate the city's gratitude to the leadership of Salga for having chosen us to host this event. The doors remain open for your next event. God bless you all. Shalom.
Thank you very much, Honorable Executive Mayor, but we can do better in clapping our hands. I just have that special way of clapping once, according to the order of the Master of Ceremonies. When I say Betty Zandla, we clap very, very sharp once. Betty Zandla. Thank you very much. Let me apologize because we won't have the musical item now because we want to give space to the next speakers. Then I will indicate when they will come. Can I then invite the CEO, Mr. Xolile George, to do the remarks and introduction of the guest speaker? And I'm co-master ceremony with Ubudvuyo, Ukona Ubudvuyo. He's still going to come. Where is Mr. George? Khawukhalise nje noba yilaa ngoma yomdaniso. In the meantime, the musical item. Where is the DJ? I've not been given anything. If it happens that there is that to do something, have you come for that? Can you come in the meantime? Please. Just 3 minutes. You are not, I saw you during the day, you're a very good audience, but now I made a request that there is a very nice way of doing it. Betizandla. Oh, hi, Nkosi yami. I was worried, bendicinga uba bonke abantu abalingana nam born before 1960. This type of music ndawubona uba kukho intshukumo. Ndibone nje utata uMfree. Ndimbonile yena wazincama ke umama ucingo. CEO, oko besisenzela wena oku. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Good evening to everyone present here this evening. I couldn't get a chance to greet everyone during the day, but I knew that I will have this moment in the evening to greet all of you present, but also in the order of appreciation, the executive mayor of the city of Nelson Mandela as our host mayor, and the deputy executive mayor present here this evening, the leadership of Salga in the province that is playing leadership host to all of us this evening, and the provincial leadership of government. I've noted in particular that our Honorable MEC for the province is still with us. There may well be other MECs that are present this evening, and I'm acknowledging them as I may not have noticed them now. But I know they were with us the whole day, and the leadership of the provincial legislature, the executive mayors who are present here, and the speakers and all the delegates who are new. I would like to greet all of you and the members of the clergy, the national leadership of Salga, our co-sponsors that have made it possible for all of us to be here this evening, the provincial officials and the mayors and senior management officials from all our municipalities. Allow me to recognize all of you and also to acknowledge people who helped us to facilitate this afternoon. So this is a moment for us to relax, but at the same time, deal with what is presented in the program as a balance of excitement, appreciation, recognizing people, but also to recognize that it has not been an easy time for all of us as we close the tenure. It was indicated by the chairperson in the afternoon of our province that there were developments that have also impacted on us as Salga in this province. So we will also honor those who might have departed that were dear to us for this period, and this is also a moment for that. So I'm acknowledging everyone who's present, and then proceed in my little task of calling to the podium a person that is not new and unknown to all of us as the family of Salga, but also acknowledging that many of you who are around this conference may not have been part of the term that we are here to close for this province. So it is true that you may not know who our guest speaker is other than seeing the name on the program. So I was given the 2 minutes to acknowledge and call to the podium a person who has served us very well as the family of local government and continues to do so in the new area and sphere of deployment that she is. But she is also a person of firsts. She's a person of firsts, a leader of firsts. If you track her political career, she was also the first secretary of SASCO as part of her cutting her political teeth, the first female, which is the most important part for us in our appreciation and collective effort to pursue gender struggles. And not only that, in her own city, she was also the first female mayor, executive mayor in her own city. And with that acknowledgement of her role, also local government in transitioning from its leadership role also saw fit to also ensure that it's also groundbreaking to have a first female president as organized local government in South Africa. We are also a family of local government globally. She too became our first representation in our global family of local government, which is the United Cities and Local Government, the first co-president who is female in that global body. And we thought that was also the end of the firsts. And further on, in other family of local government that we are serving, which is the Commonwealth of Local Government body that represents 54 countries in the globe. She is currently serving until her tenure expires. I don't know, it might be very soon in the next session of the Commonwealth that will take place in Kigali, I think hopefully in April. She is also leading as the first female chairperson of the Commonwealth local government coming from South Africa and Africa. So I'm not sure whether there's other firsts that will still come in the history. So allow me to introduce the Deputy Minister of Cooperative Governance, who is also the first female Deputy Minister at COGTA, Madam Gadimeng, Tembisile Gadimeng. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, CEO. And let me first appreciate and recognize the presence of Bishop. And thank you very much for the resounding prayer and the context to the prayer. MEC, Executive Mayor, outgoing Chair, Executive Mayors in the House, Mayors, Speakers, Chief Whips, MMs and CFOs, fellow councillors, and our distinguished guests. A very good evening. Of course, our sponsors, the next time they won't sponsor us. A very warm evening. Allow me, Program Director, in the interest of time, I will not go through the notes I had prepared, but I will just make some few highlights which I thought I will touch on during the day as well, but we also had time pressures. And there I am not appreciating my Salga NEC, led by Acting President DeForce. It's because I still regard myself as part of the family. I don't think I will ever. In my next life, I'm going to work for Salga, I'm sure about that. Colleagues, you may be aware that the President and Parliament, of course, are sitting, amongst others, will be looking at the amendment of the Municipal Systems Act bill. And some of the questions we were pondering on during the day was how are we going to professionalize local government, but particularly public administration. And one of the debates that Salga led, and I do believe led successfully, was the issue of professionalizing administration by ensuring that we insulate senior municipal officials from political interference. I said to my colleague Untate Gigi yesterday, amongst other things which they said to the department was that unpack what political instability means. And experience has taught us that sometimes officials are powerful than politicians. and they refuse to be given instruction by a council and they take their own decisions wherever they sit. And it becomes difficult. But you have also been taught by history that you do find officials sometimes not being told by anybody not to do the right thing, but deliberately not do the correct thing, because they are mostly political than being administrative. So there must be a choice. Such good example is when you go to Imfuleni, for example, and look at how administration in the previous years and political lines have been bled. The MM will tell the mayor, you are not going to call council today, and the speaker, and which items are going to sit there. And when they resolve to take money to that particular project, he re-establishes it and align it to another project that he wants to do. So if you are a politician, come through a party. If you are an official, come through RVQ 13. Can we insulate that? But also, we have been finding it difficult to have a procedure and the competency criteria. It's usually relatively easy in finance. You possibly could be a chartered or will be a chartered accountant or a degree in economics or in finance. Some lines are a bit clearer, but others are very blurred. What are competency criteria of a municipal manager? Should they be the same in a grade 3 municipality and a grade 8 municipality? Should they be equal? Because their pay are not even equal. Of course, we have looked into the issues of the allocations of the budgets. I mean, premiers, for example, Northern Cape, if I'm not wrong, is the smallest province. But the premier of Northern Cape and KwaZulu, they earn the same amount. So our argument, well, as Salga then, and still is, it hasn't changed, is that if you are a councillor, you need to be graded and paid as a councillor, whether you're in the city of Johannesburg or whether you're in Sing, because the functions are outlined and are the same. The same as a member of parliament or a member of provincial legislature whose province is smaller, has got few members of provincial legislatures, and the one which is bigger has got more, but they earn the same. So we're trying to harmonize that, but we also would want to prohibit municipal managers and senior managers from holding political office. Our move here is to say, once the bill has been enshrined, we'll give you possibly 3 months or so to choose to either resign from the party or resign from your job. Then ube kahle nje deputy chairperson or we region entontoni, but ungabi municipal manager as well. And you play the lines from what the other party tells you and the other one. That's what also makes us to have difficulties. This has been a long debated argument. Some people are in favor of them, some are not in favor of them. But at least what assists is that we are 20 years, in fact 21 years in local government. So experience and history are very explicit. But I would like to conclude by saying, why do we want to harmonize the district development model, the National Development Plan as a form of engineering, the IDP and the IGR framework, which we spoke about during the day, is to ensure that the public service can be able to attract highly skilled people. MEC did touch on this issue during the day in our panel discussion. It is very difficult for local government to attract skills that are supposed to service them for various number of reasons, but one being in rural areas, we're less attractive because of more inconvenience that comes with staying in those particular areas. Mayor was at Port St. John's was saying, I want to develop here and naturalists and environmentalists are telling me, we like you dark as you are. In comparison, a chartered accountant would want to work for the city of Cape Town than to stay in a dark city. One, you don't remunerate them differently when they go into rural areas, which is another area which we may have to look into. Two, you also grade the municipalities less. So you are punishing the poor for being poor, for the conditions that they find themselves, rather than capacitating them and giving them more money so that they turn those areas better and there will be less migration in the country. So we need to understand and make ourselves committed to these developmental goals to ensure that we then professionalize, we are able to attract, and prior planning or forward planning can happen, and we are able to spend, and then we fight for an addition of the budget that we would want to talk about. But quiet pact for all this, we could be able to then influence ourselves to move genuinely into areas where municipalities have not been found: innovation, digitization, better systems and ways of how we could deliver our services to our people. Why are we still thinking IDPs as we are supposed to sit in a hall like this and people raise their hand rather than making them online? Connectivity of our communities to Wi-Fi, do we have those capabilities? Could we put systems where if I want to report a pothole, I take a picture, it's linked to my GIS system as a municipality. I know what corner it is, and I can be able to dispatch a team and track it how it is. But also we need to then learn from ourselves. Is it only China that is good, Councillor Stoffel? Not at all. There are pockets of the best amongst ourselves. It's just that we don't value them so much, or we don't look up to them so much to be able to learn from them, develop, and then take a cue on how we need to lead ourselves. So to the well and the new established leadership, you will be electing, I suppose, tomorrow. I look forward to working with you. The best experiences I have in local government were the 7 years that I had as a mayor of Polokwane municipality. I was whispering to the mayor that I know how difficult the position she's sitting at is. She has to be here the whole day because we need her here, and she still has got mail in her office for the whole day that she didn't attend to, and she's running a metro. I was running an intermediate seat, so her demands are even more than the demands that I had. But I appreciate that 7 years of what became difficult period of my life. Being a woman mayor, they toy for you more. They demand more from you. You are just young. Or at least you look young. I always argue to people, I'm not young, I just look young. But they threaten you all the time because supposedly it is very easy to be pushy into a woman leader. So we appreciate all the women mayors, female mayors, who are in the house, who are not here on behalf of South Africa to lead. Izimbokodo. And Ma'am Flora, I thought will be here, and she possibly is in another provinces because Salga is all over. And I think we need to make a declaration ourselves that we are going to change the Women Commission from that 37% of representation today, as we are as female councillors, to go forward. But one mistake we must never allow to happen. It is easy to recall a female mayor. And amakhosikazi avela thule nje. We must resolve that oqalile makaqede. We must just be bold. Oqalile ithemu yakhe ngeyi-4 zakaNovember makayiqede ngo-20 naye capacitated. You know, males, when they make their own discussion, it's as if they are the best answers to the world. Who cause wars? Men leaders, etc., etc. Who's a female a female leader whom you can call a monster? You'll have to think properly. You possibly wouldn't find one. Hayi, but cabanga kahle ukuthi obani abacapture abanye balanda abantwana esikolweni and put them Boko Haram balidwa ubani nobani. It's not women. The only thing we need to do is to be united, support one another, discover the strength inner that we have as women, and forge forward So that CEO doesn't have to celebrate that there's a first female Tonton. Hi, but why are we talking about that in 2022? It's wrong. It can't be celebrated. In the 27, 8 years of our democracy, we should be having a lot of firsts that we are coming after, because we had good, strong trailblazers in local government. For whatever reason, the system never recognized it. But let's also start from the beginning. Oqalile, makaqede. I'll be the first one to lead this war. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to support you. We'll fight along the way, but you must know it comes from the bottom of my heart to come support you and institutionalize local government and breed a crop of new leaders. Ake siyeke lo phuma singene, masiqeda item, all those who have capacitated abasekho. And then we come again and say there is no capacity. But take a cohort that we are taking today, put it through induction. In the next term, cement the knowledge that they've learned in the first term. Then you will see development, then you will see growth, then you will see leadership. Enjoy the deliberations. I won't be here tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to coming back to Gqeberha, the entire Eastern Cape, and work with you to ensure that we deliver services to our people. Thank you very much.
Belicimba sabe sime sonke. Ndicela nabanye abantu beme ngenyawo. Ndicela nabanye abantu phaya beme ngenyawo. Le nto esigqiba kuyithetha ngokuba mhlawumbi se-female, sicela bonke abantu beme ngenyawo xa sekuthi malibongwe siqhwabeni. Masibulele kakhulu. I had indicated that I'm co-master ceremony with Ibudvuyo. At this point in time, to those that have a program, there's a slight change. There will be something that Ibudvuyo is going to talk to. Then handing over to him. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Somi. I'm sure my man better deliver him got okwam ngeli xesha kufutshane. Also, Deputy Minister, there's a monster that has arrived. Asizuwenza made ingakumbi kuba in the next 20 odd minutes isibane sizawucima. And I want to go back to the conversations we were having earlier in the day about the role of local government. Kule meko sikuyo. Suffice to say, ndizawucela uSombawo, Bishop Skit, eze ngaphambili, elandelwa ngu-Chairperson Koyo, nekhandlela eliza kuza. After them, we are going to ask the mayors of, and in this order, Nelson Mandela, BCM, Alfred Nzo and all their local municipalities, Amatole and their local municipalities, Krisani and their local municipalities, Joe Kabi and their local municipalities, Oliver Regional Tambo and their municipalities, Sarah Bartman, where my brother serves, Ubunhlome Bukhona, Sengu,
Yeah,
where the candles.
where else they are going to light it, ne? That there is, before they light the candle, there is a slideshow of the names. Yeah, right?
Sizawucela ke ngoku ukuba okwemzuzwana sonke siphakame xa siza kunika imbeko kwabo basanduleleyo in between conferences, but also kulo bhubhane besisijongene naye kule minyaka mibini idlulileyo. Liza lisidingala Thixo Nkosi yenyaniso zonke intlanga zonke ilwimi siluthe uze usindi.
Sithandaze sithe cwaka sonke egameni loyise elonyana nasegameni lomoya oyingcwele. Siza okokutsha phambi kwakho Thixo olungileyo, besikucelile ngoku besingena apha. Abantwana bakho Nkosi babizele kuwe sebekweza ngasentla inkonzo. Thixo wethu, sifikile sifo Nkosi elungileyo sabathabatha abanye Nkosi elungileyo kwi-councillors basweleke ngesiquphe. Sithi ke mzali sinika lo mzuzu wodwa ukunika imbeko kubo. Mazithi izinto abathe xa bezenza Thixo zakuphazamisa wena, uzilahle kwichibi lakho lokulibala. Zithezo bathe xa bezenza sakukholisa utyhile zona ngoku, ukuze Nkosi elungileyo sibathethelele kwelo khaya lasezulwini. Sizawulayita amakhandlela Nkosi sibakhumbula. Khanyisa ke ngala makhandlela kwiifemeli zabo abazishiye ngemva. Usenze thina sishiyeke ngasemva, sithandane, sibambane, sinikane uxolo lwethu ngokude bekunaphakade. Amen.
Amadolo kweli izwe makagobe phambi kwakho zide zithi zonke ilwimi zilucela udumo lwakho. izwe lakho wethu uxolele izono zalo ungayithobi inqumbo yakho luze lufusapho lwakho. Ukuthemba Uyehova nokuphephanga aye kuko lungileyo kungathenjwaba mandisinde ngawe Nkosi undisikele ele mandiphumle ngawe Nkosi thamsanqa. For the last time. Ukuthemba Uyehova nokuphephanga aye kuko What next? Conclude in prayer. Talk to video.
Something about 25 minutes, we have a technical.
Okay, sure. Bekumele badlala ividiyo ke ngoku izawuba uzawuscrolla
Sure.
amagama.
Singanikela kuwe. Oh, bafuna idelay kancinci. Okay. Bagqibile na?
Saqala.
Anti ufuna ulayita amakhandlela. I think I'm done. Unless I can pray. Amakhandlela Nkosi alayitiwe. Abo babizele kuwe bafikile. Sebekwelo khaya Nkosi bevuma ngamazwi angatshiyo. Bagcina ubalondoloze Thixo wethu. Nabo sodolophu Nkosi elungileyo. Bemela amasipala kweliphondo leMpuma Kapa. Asikelele ubathamsanqele Thixo olungileyo. Kuze nathi ekugqibeleni nakwabo babe bengekho Nkosi kwezinye inkonzo ezilandelayo babizile. Kale inkonzo Thixo siyenza apha ngoku sithi indlela enhle Thixo olungileyo siyofika phambi kwakho sigcobile ngokudebe kunaphakade. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Andazi noba siyakwazi ke ngoku ukubiza ukukhankanya amagama abo basanduleleyo ngeli lixa sibakhumbula ngabo. Yanga imiphefumlo yabo ingaphumla ngoxolo uThixo abakhanyisele ngokhanyiso olungacimiyo. All those who want to take the candles to their tables, you are allowed to do so. And those who would rather ndamemeza kuYehova ndandisenxingweni ndamnuza endaweni ebanzi ndamemeza kuYehova ndandisenxingweni wandinceda wandibeka endaweni bulelani kuYehova kumi elungile kuba ububele bakhe bubo baphakade. Torhwana ngenxa yexesha sizawucela okokubana aba bantu ndiza kubabiza beze ngaphambili ngoba bekuthiwe ngo-10 kukho la load shading. Ndiyibiza right what? Load shading. Njengenzalelwane yalapha kule metro nakweli phondo zawucela torhwana uDeputy Minister uThembi Nkadime ngaze ngaphambili no-MEC unqatha ngokukhawuleza. Andibaxaxamisi disrespect i-protocol kodwa ke sinyanzelwa yimeko ekhoyo. Omnye wabaqambi balapha kule dolophu boze umculo uMakhaya kaMjana wayedla ngothi xa ebiza amagama abantu athi zinto zobani nento zobani. Ndicela ke torhwana into zokhoyo, into zosokhanyile, into zomaxhegwana, into zosubuthongo, into zostofile, into zonkosi mavusa, into zojanda, into zoVan Heerden, into zoJacobs, into zoLangs, into zomshuqwana, into zomafaya, into zocingo, into zontlonze, into zoHendricks. Please, if you could all come forward urgently before we are hit by load shading. Usicela neme apha ngaphambili. Ayinasizathu asiyonto inkulu kukuthi nje siyabulela. Token presentation of a token of appreciation. Sizawunyanzeleka ideyikho siyilibale kancinci sikhawuleze siqoshelise umcimbi esingawo. Ngu-MEC no-Deputy Minister. Masiyeni kula mqhwabo kaNomasomi, ndiyawuthanda la mqhwabo. Bebezawuthi abashumayeli ifikile ejidini. Okwenene ifikile. Kusithuba esingephi silindele ukubana umbane uhambe. Kodwa ke isibhengezo ebesisibekile sisokubana uyawuthi wahamba lo mbane 20 seconds later sizawukwazi uphinda sihlale ngolu hlobo esihleli ngalo. Ithi ke loo nto makunganqandwa nto, mangabikho nto iphithikezwayo, singaqhubeka nomcimbi osowuphelile. I-formalities that is. Namhlanje kodwa ke phambi koko sizawucela u-Provincial Chairperson weSalga uCouncillor Koyo aze ngaphambili ezokwenza ilizwi lombulelo. Wasimqhobele izandla. Akhange utsho ba wenza i-farewell speech emini. Kodwa kasikhola.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Abantu bangxamile. Mandithi le nto niqhwaba wiki kangaka niqhwabela uhlalo osephuma. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. Ndizawunibulela noba kungacima ezo zibane, so andizikhathalelanga noba zicimile. The executive mayor of the metro, our own metro, Nelson Mandela. Thank you very much. It was the best choice for us to be here, and here are the well-planned and also a well-spent amount of money for this particular occasion. We have come to your city and we have spent a lot of money in your city. So, lendo sikuyo wena ngu-Ina Ethe. Thank you very much for hosting us. And the total leadership of Metro that is here with us. Deputy Minister, we are claiming you our own president. You are here with our honorable MEC. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion. You are supposed to be very tired because of the work that you did during the day, but here you are still sitting here with us. Thank you very much, leadership. That's what leadership with capital L is all about. I suspect that MEC is still going to be with us. And DM, we are parting ways. I'm not quite sure whether we are parting ways tonight or tomorrow, but we will see. Bauskit, Sombao. Yo. When they were thinking about this particular candlelight memorial, bendicinga kabini whether to do it or not, whether to allow it to happen or not. And we were simply saying, siyabakhumbula. We want to close that chapter that was saying, besikunye nabo, sasebenza nabo, sohlukana nabo ngendlela ezingaqondakaliyo. But imisebenzi yabo isekho phakathi kwethu. And we believe that the energies that we had up to now as this leadership is also because of their assistance. Thank you very much, mhlobo wam. Niyabona mos usihlalo wephondo akangomhlobo nje. Umhlobo wabantu of note. Xa kunzima kubizwe bona bazosihlangula. Thank you very much, Bauskit. We can't keep everybody here until the late hours. Zikhona in night riders that are going to continue throughout the night until early hours of tomorrow. But some of us, because of our age, we are going to rest. Baustofile leading the NEC, Dr. Udiforce, thank you very much for again leading this team of NEC leaders to be part of this event and also tonight. PEC members, you are supposed to be here anyway, but we are also thanking you for gracing this occasion, your own occasion. Gigi, you are one of us. And if there is anyone who is also coming from legislature and parliament, thank you very much for being part of this candle lighting. CEO, what an introduction to our DM. Ngake ndiyikope laa ndlela uintroducer ngayo umntu. And umntu ondizamintroducer will be very fortunate because even if she or he is not in the league of firsts, uzawuba yi-first. Yithandile laa nto. Khandiqhwabele i-first. Thank you very much, CEO, and your team of officials, PTO, and all those that were working behind the scenes for this. Always, we will always do this. Thank you very much to our sponsors. And we are going to thank them throughout until we come to an end of this conference. Dear delegates, executive mayors, chief whips, and councillors delegated by their own municipalities. Thank you very much, leadership. Ndiyayazi uba nizizitatyatanyiswa, honorable councillors. Bekufanele uba honorable baphumle ngoku. Eyoba niza kwenza ezinye ke ndingazazi, mna ndi-assume into honorable bekumale baphumle. You sacrificed by being here and graced this event. The normality that we have come to accept is that events of this nature are poorly attended by councillors. But you have broken a record. The tables are full. Nisebahle, nincumile, nizokukhapha oogxa benu abesele besandulela. All those who tried their best, Lavin and your team, thank you very much. Program directors, Somi and Vuyo, what a combination. Is it going to stop here? I like it. I don't know how I can push it forward, but I love it. Now, mandiniyeke kuba kusebusuku. And ndifuna uphinda ndidibane nani very early tomorrow. I know some of you are not happy to eat at this time of the day. Nezisu zenu zizawuxabana, but please, Utata Skiti, uthandaze kangangoko. Yonke into ibingahambi kakuhle. Ilungiselelwe. Niyamkelwa ke ndixelelwe. To the nicest dinner. Ndiyibona nobiphi. Kodwa, I am assuming that it is the nicest. So thank you very much, leadership. We have come to an end of this occasion. I will say why happened. Xa kubulelwa lo mntu ebeqhuba iprogram useseke ngoku kumkwe engasekho kwayena. Kaloku fanele uba nizonika i-direction kaloku njengenjoli. Thank you very much.
Can you brighten this out too? Oh, kukucha, si kuchayo, si kunikwa giwe na la manzi aselwayo si wa nikwa giwe. Enkosi sihlalo, eneneni ifikile ejidini. Ndibulele torhwana kuxa wam, Mama Somi, ngendlela besiphethe ngayo. Ndibulele nakuni torhwana ngendlela enisiphethe ngayo olu suku lonke. Umthini wona Somi?
Nam ndifuna ukutsho.
Angadutsho. Mamela nto ngisihlanu.
Andibabela, serious.
Angumve ne?
Yeah, can't do it.
No, abesithini.
Starting time tomorrow. Starting time tomorrow.
Ngomso. Oh, sorry. Kodwa ke ngomso ngo 9 a.m. Siyaqala kwakhona siqukumbela inkqubo yezinsuku ezintathu besihlangene ngazo apha.
Ndicinga uba into elandelayo yinto engawashukumisa amathumbu. Kube kuhle kube njeya. Abantu abendibabone amaqela athile angabeqhubeka nokwenza umculo ngoku thina sikhangela uba kwenzeka ntoni emilonyeni yethu.
Kuthiwa ke ngaphaya kwezangcango. Dinner is indeed served. Wongumdu, everyone who wants to help themselves, there's a buffet right outside those doors. That's where dinner will be served. Meantime, we'll be enjoying the music. Masibulele torhwana ke nxaxheba enisinike yona okubana sibe lapha namhlanje.
Nkosi kakhulu, God bless you.